Hey everyone, lesson 2 here. We are in your entrance slips packet. All right. We're at the back of the packet. I know it says lesson 2, and normally you're thinking lesson 1, lesson 2, then lesson 3. I get it. Same time, this lesson fits much better at the end. So we pulled it out of its slot between the 1 and the 3, and we moved it to the very end here. So let's get ourselves started. So they're trying to get us actually to do division problems here. I'm realizing set up your division problem. Listen, people, I'm going to say this is one of those instances where the visual is so good. Because in some of these problems, when you're dealing with fractions, it's tough to visualize. Like, who's the whole? Who's the part? Should I multiply? Should I divide? What should I do? So I think it's a really good thing just to go back and use the visual here. Now, again, the notes are trying to get you to division problem there. I get it. But I'm going to say, hey, you don't have to. Let's see here. Sam used 8 cups of sugar to make cookies. This was 2/3 of the total amount of sugar that he started with. So, hey, people, let's do this here. I'm going to get myself a visual down. All right. He used 8 cups of sugar to make cookies. This was 2/3 of the total amount. Okay, that was 2/3. So I'm breaking it up into thirds. I know he used up 2/3, which means to get from here all the way to there is 8, which means how much is each box worth? Well, you're taking 8 and you're sharing it between 2 boxes. So each box is worth 4. So the question he wants to know here is, what was the original amount? In other words, what was the whole amount? 4, 8, 12, 12 cups. All right, boom, there we go. All right. They're trying to get you to realize the division problem there, that you're actually going to end up taking 8 and you're going to divide it by 2/3. And a lot of, and you can kind of see it here. You're taking 8, you're dividing it by each group as a third. All right. So you're taking 8 and you're dividing it by 2/3, which would mean 8 over 1 times 3 over 2. A little cross division. Oh my, look at that. Well, woo, same answer. So again, if you can see that, run with the division problem. If you're like, I don't see it, and I'll be honest, I don't see it really either that much. I only see it after I set it up. I'm all about the visual here, people. So again, pro visual here, because again, it's not about a plan of, I know to use the visual here. It's the, I'm not sure what to do, so let me draw some things out. Okay, let's go on to question number 2 here. We've got ourselves, ooh, it's kind of dragging along with it, isn't it there? All right. We got ourselves Patty here. All right. And Patty, all right, decided to give a quarter pound of her candy to 5 of her closest friends. What fraction of the candy will she give each of her 5 friends if she gives them the same amount of candy? Okay, so again, I think this is one you might see the division a little bit stronger because, hey, she decided to give a quarter pound of her candy to 5 of her close. So she has a quarter of a pound. She wants to divide it up between her 5 friends. I mean, if you see that, great. I think we can. Leave the first fraction alone. Multiply by the reciprocal. Oh, reciprocal. I'll tell you what. The eraser doesn't want to work today. You know what? Scribble. The reciprocal. All right, so you get 1/20th. And here's the reason why I kind of feel good about it is because it makes sense. Like, I only have a quarter of a pound, so I got less than a pound, which means each person's only get a little amount. Let's say you did it the other way around. Let's just say you did 5 divided by 1/4. Let's just say you did that. If you did, you don't have to write this down. If you did 5 and you divided it by 1/4, okay, again, you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. You're going to get 20. And this is where you gotta let common sense take over. Be like, wait a second, you only have a quarter of a pound. You got less than a pound of candy. How does each person get 20 pounds then? It doesn't make any sense. So looking to see if it makes sense. Actually a great thing to do here. And actually in all situations. So again, big fan of the visual though. Let's show you how it works. All right. Gave a quarter of a pound of her candy to her 5. So the idea here is we've got a quarter of a pound. All right. The whole amount is that's everything. And we're giving it to her 5 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Um, Again, I think this is where, even if we do the visual here, all right, we can see, oh, I've got a quarter of a pound, the whole amount, and I want to divide it by the 5 friends. Because again, it's tough to come up with what do you count by to land on a fourth, but you got, yeah. So this is where, again, I think you need to blend ideas together. So in this case, I don't think the visual's the greatest thing to do. It is a good thing to do, though, to help me set up the problem of taking that 1/4 and I have to divide it up between the 5 friends. And I'll be like, okay, let's do that, which is exactly what we saw over here. So sometimes you might start by using the visual and be like, yes, visual is great. Let's do this. Sometimes you might start the visual and go, it's not working here. But now you can see the division problem. So that's what we like about this lesson is it's not always a one thing every single time. You kind of gotta go back and forth between different strategies. All right. All right. Enjoy.